Hey, good to see you back on the blog, and I appreciate you taking time to look through the video blogs, and maybe if you have opportunity, make sure other people know that they're here too. It might be something helpful in getting ready for Sunday, so the studies there will be even more meaningful. And of course, this coming week, I'm looking forward to us digging into John chapter 22. And so, you're probably way ahead of me there. There is no John 22. All right. We finally finished our study through the Gospel of John, and it was really enjoyable to me, a blessing. We spent 19 weeks counting the lessons before Christmas. But now it's time to move on to something new, and we're doing Life on Loan. It'll be a 6-week series, and we start this coming Sunday. And I'm looking forward to what we'll be talking about and studying together in Life on Loan. The idea is God puts us at different intersections in life, and He wants us to share grace with those we meet at those intersections. And this kind of thought that we've discussed around the office here, we'll talk about on Sunday mornings too, is if, First Christian Church, if it just vanished out of the community, would anybody notice? Would it make a difference to anybody? And we want to make sure that we are individually and as a church involved in the community around us in such a way that we are impacting it for God, in a good way. And so let's begin with this. Life on Loan. What is your life? How would you define your life? A lot of times we kind of go about it like this. If this box is my life, your life, we kind of define this is my life by what goes in it. So you've got certain talents. Maybe you're musical or something, and it goes into your life. And you've had certain education, and we think, well, that goes into the box. And there's been certain relationships that have meant a lot to you, and we kind of define ourselves by the good opportunities, the educations, the books we've read, the people we've known, the talents. Maybe you're good looking, or maybe you're not. Maybe you're talented, or maybe you're not. And what people say to us, somebody says, "I just think you're really peachy," and that's a good thing, and we remember that. And then somebody else comes along and says, "No, I think you're nuts," but we remember that too. So it's not just good stuff that goes into the box, into our life. Sometimes it's hard stuff. People come along and they throw trash in our lives, and it hurts, kind of junk in there. And sometimes it's not just what other people do. It's mistakes that we've made. Maybe there have been, financial mistakes with our checkbook, or we've used the wrong compass. We've made wrong decisions, and all this goes into the box. And good stuff and junk that we've put in there and other people have dumped in there, and we say, "This is my life. This is who I am." And maybe you say, "I love my life." Maybe you say, "I hate my life. Wish it was somebody else's life." Maybe you say, "I'm happy and I'm successful." Maybe you say, "I'm angry and I'm addicted." Maybe it's, "I've got opportunities." Maybe it's, "I've got issues." But anyway, like it or love it, this is your life and you're stuck with it. Well, a couple of things to think about, a couple of problems with that. Number one is the idea that this is my life. It's not my life. It still belongs to God. And maybe it comes from the fact that a lot of times we say, your life is God's gift to you. And usually we think about a gift as in, if it's given to you, now it's yours. And you do with it what you want. But that's not the way it works with God. He's the creator, the owner of everything. And our lives still belong to Him. My life is still under His control. It belongs to Him. And He wants me to live in a certain way with a certain purpose. So it's not my life. It's just given to me on loan. And I'm answerable to God for that. Another problem with this idea here is we think the only choice we have is either love your life or hate your life. I'm okay with it. I can deal with it. I hate it. I wish it was somebody else's. But the real question is it a new life? Not are you okay with it or not okay with it the way it is, but the fact that God can give you a new life and set you on a new track. If your train is on the wrong track, heading in the wrong direction, it really doesn't matter if the scenery around you is beautiful or boring. You're going to end up where you don't want to go. So it's not, are you okay with your life? Are you unhappy with your life? It's that you can have a new life. And God says, this is who you are. In me, you can be forgiven. You can be loved. You can be my child. You can have a purpose, a meaning for your life. Something good can happen. Getting ready for Sunday. If you're not familiar with the story of Joseph from the Old Testament, take time to read through that. Genesis 37 through 50. Several chapters, but it won't take long to go through there. He's not the Joseph that was earthly father of Jesus. This is a different Joseph from the Old Testament. Genesis 37 through 50. Read through that and refamiliarize yourself with that. There's a phrase that says, the noble man makes noble plans, and by noble deeds he stands. Okay. Now that sounds kind of like maybe a Mother Goose rhyme, or maybe something from a poem by Eugene Field. But actually it comes from the Bible. See if you can find it. And when you find it, read the chapter that it's in. Then one last thing. Let's see, where did I put my Bible? I'll just go with this. Ephesians 2, verses 8, 9, and 10. Okay. For by grace you've been saved through faith. Not of yourselves, as the gift of God, not by works that any man should boast. Okay. We've been saved by grace. Then verse 10 goes on to say that God has planned good works in advance for us to do. So the idea is this: we've been saved from something, and we've been saved for something. So read through those verses, Ephesians 2, 8 through 10. We've been saved from something, but we're also saved for something. And we'll get together Sunday and begin Life on Love.